I mean, you obviously talked at the start about having worked for big companies and small companies then. From a marketer's perspective, what do you feel the difference is then?
Fundamentally, the challenges are broadly the same for both sizes of organisations, I suppose. But there's a massive variance, right, between small startup to small middling sized organisation to great big corporate. I think what you get in a corporate organization is some form of structure, but comes with that, strong brands as well. But what comes with that is, politics and not everybody necessarily moving in the same direction and the way that you want it to go. So you've got to be able to balance those things. I think in that big organization, you've got to be pragmatic. I think you've got to be prepared to take a degree of risk sometimes and find different ways of doing things. I think if you were a slave to the processes and procedures and politics in a large organization, you'll either get lost or you'll get bored, or possibly both, really. I think on a small organization, particularly the sort of startup end of it, really small, and where I've spent a fair amount of time, I found myself working for founder CEOs, right? Really strong, passionate people, really, live and breathe the company. They are the company, they are the brand. But with that, as a marketeer, it can be quite tricky, quite difficult, telling them or trying to help them see that maybe their way isn't the best way, and you've got a slightly different approach to things. And I think, being able to go toe to toe with very senior stakeholders in a small business and find your way around that and bring things together is really, really important. I kind of feel like you can have much more of an impact as a marketeer in a smaller business in many respects. Whereas the danger in a large business is things take a long time and you can become a cog in the wheel in some respects. So, I've worked in both. I currently work in a large company, so I won't say too much about, my preferences necessarily. But I think I would say I feel I've gained a lot from working in lots of different size organizations. There's that kind of pragmatic, kind of entrepreneurial element that you get from working in a small business, and that has some value in a large business as well. And what I take from the large business into the small is a little bit more structure and a little more of a methodology to it. So I think, I've learned from both, and I kind of use bits of both on each side, maybe slightly different balance though, Matt.